You're no hero, so don't act like it. And please don't treat me like I'm your sidekick. Cause I watch TV, I see how life is, and it's not easy. But still I'm right here, screaming I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, yeah.
Hey, what is up everybody? It is KATAIR Gaming here today, bringing you a brand new and very special build video. So, I know a couple of y'all have been asking, well, hey, Kat, you're really good with skill builds. What about the rest of your other electronic skill builds? So, here I'm going to show y'all one of my Pulse electronic tactician builds. And it hits pretty hard. It maxes out around 60-80 with everything procced, and that is for the damage pulse. So let's go ahead and jump into this build, you guys. It hits very, very hard in the dark zone, in all honesty, even though I am a pure electronics build. My teams that I run with absolutely love it because of how hard they hit. If you have a 7k firearms and 6k stamina striker build, you normally hit anywhere about 50 to maybe up to 60, like headshot wise. But 50 is body shot, like that's the max body shot I've seen so far, and that was from one of my friends, and he's just absolutely insane with the striker builds. Anyhow, if y'all know Gourmet J on YouTube, make sure y'all either go check him out, tell your friends, tell your great grandma, get them all in there, and you know, just sub to him. He's a really, really chill dude. He's really humble about what he does. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on into my weapon real quick, you guys. We have the Showstopper completely optimized because I love this thing. We have Competent and Talented, and Talented is very, very important for this build. If you can't get Competent on your Showstopper, don't worry about it. Just go for Talented. I just have Competent because it's completely unlocked. It doesn't require any firearms, any stamina. Well, it requires 2,800 firearms, but I'm at 29, so it doesn't require me to add any extra, you know? And then we have an Urban MDR with the exact same thing. Competent, Talented, same slot, also fully optimized. With the Urban MDR, I'm able to hit players headshot-wise, probably about 40 to 60k headshots. And I normally get about 30k body shots whenever I crit, which is quite often with this build, considering, well, you know, it's a fucking pulse build. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into the knee pads, you guys. Okay, throughout this entire build, I have 2% pulse critical hit damage mods on. So remember to put that on your knee pads, your backpack, and your holster, everywhere, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and remove my electronics mod. Obviously I have 1401 electronics with 13,339 skill power. We have burn and shock resistance. I would get disrupt resistance in place of increased kill XP. But I've yet to find the exact set of knee pads that I need. So this is what I'm going with for now, you guys. Keep in mind we need that 265 electronics mod with 3,307 skill power or more, which I know there are better electronics mods out there. I just have the worst RNG. I swear to you, you guys. Streamers loot? There is no streamers loot. Don't even. Okay. So we have 1401 electronics with 10,030 skill power. We have disorient resistance, which obviously I would switch to burn resistance, but I've yet to find another tactician mask that suits what I need. So our electronics mod is 265 electronics with 3,307 skill power, same as the last one. I think I bought that one somewhere a long time ago. I don't know. Anyways, if you have a better electronics mod, make sure to put that in the place. Obviously. Okay, moving on to the chest piece. We have 1401 electronics. I don't even know why I have to remove that, but there we go. We have 16,674 health with 9% skill haste, 56% ammo capacity. I highly recommend ammo capacity because the Showstopper has so little ammo. And it is a big part of this build due to the fact that you can get 8 stacks per shot with the Showstopper. That builds up your tactician, and I just run around hip firing this thing in combat constantly. And I mean, it may irritate a lot of people that I'm versing, that I move so much and hip fire, and that I look kind of noobish while I hip fire, but I mean, it works. It gives me my tactician stacks. That's all I'm there for, is a really strong pulse and a really strong heal. So therefore, I'm doing my job to the best that I possibly can. Okay, so we have a 266 electronics mod with 3,278 skill power. Gonna go ahead and put that back on. And pretty much same thing there, except for 3,278 or 306, whatever. They're the same thing. Just slap an electronics mod on there, you guys. Y'all get the point. Okay, so we have an inventive backpack with 1272 electronics and 13,339 skill power. Never go specialized on a skill build. That is like one of my rules. If I see one of you guys with a specialized backpack on a skill build, I'm gonna be mentally mad at you whether I know you're doing that or not. So don't let Cat get mad at you. Don't do it. We don't do this, okay? Okay, obviously minor attribute is going to be disrupt resistance because everyone loves to disrupt the medic. And if people find out you are a pulse build, they're going to go concealed very, very quickly, which is why this can also be switched up into a first aid ally heal build if there is a lobby running pulse against you. But that's entirely up to you guys. We're gonna go ahead and move on into the tactician gloves. We have 1401 electronics, 6% critical hit chance. I would obviously put AR damage or shotgun damage in place of that enemy armor damage on there, but I didn't have a choice, and I'm still hitting 40s to 60s on players with my Urban MDR, so it's not really necessary for you to have any damage on there. I can kill people with my showstopper, and it's kind of funny sometimes, but it takes me a good bit of earholing someone. But yeah, you guys. Other skill builds are pretty much easily dead with this one, unless you have like an overdose and it's one shot and you're just like, oh yeah, you gotta be quicker than that. Then, yeah, you know, it might take me a little bit longer to kill you with that. Anyhow, mainly the two important parts on the Tactician Authority Gloves, 1401 electronics with 9% skill haste. Those are the only two stats you really absolutely need on there. But feel free to go against whatever I'm saying and make it a little bit more of your own build. I'm just showing y'all what I've seen works best for me and my team apparently, since they love this build so much. Okay, the Tactician holster has 1401 firearms, 1401 stamina, 1401 electronics with 7% skill haste. The only two stats you really need on there is that skill haste and the 1401 electronics. If you have really shitty firearms or stamina, at least make sure you have 2800 firearms. So if you need to alter one of them and you already have 7% skill haste on there, just go with that firearms. Make it at least 2800 firearms to proc your competent on your build, because you don't want to forget that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on into the abilities tab. This is our base pulse, you guys. It can max up to about 59 to 79, but normally I just call it 60-80. But if I call it 60-80, you guys are gonna be like, that's not a 60-80 pulse build. Wow, you clickbaiter. Bruh. You guys. Okay. Okay, so this is our tactical scanner pulse. Obviously you could go concealed, which is a 45-53. I hate using concealed, but I will if there's someone in the lobby who's also pulsing me, or I see another tactician and I see a pulse on their back, so that's just a little side note there. If you see a tactician, they're probably running a pulse if they're not running a sticky bomb, so just go ahead and slap a concealed on if you see a tactician build anywhere near you, especially after this video. And then, of course, the recon pulse is a 5361, but I much rather prefer to use my 4569 because there's not many people who have 0% crit chance on their builds who are DPS wise, so I don't really see a point of using the tactical scanner other than really seeing like, hey, who's like way the fuck over there at the checkpoint? So, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Okay, for our defib, we start out at 413k, and by the way, a little side note, the self-heal gives you 232k, which gives you about 2 segments to upscale about 2.5 segments. So this is the best self-heal defib that you could probably have in this game. And I'm saying that like after your health has been taken down, after Inventive's not procced anymore. Like, dude, it's still a really strong defib. It gives you pretty much your entire health bar back. And it's not even meant to heal you, so... Dude, I don't know. I really love this defib. I mean, it's 413, which is kinda weak as shit in my opinion, but if you switch this to a first aid ally heal build, the highest fucking defib I've ever seen ally heal-wise was about 630k. So divide that by 2, divide that by 10, and oh my god, you guys, the heals are off the chart. And Venom is happy in the background. I apologize if y'all hear little chirps of happiness. I'm not gonna silence him. Okay, so obviously we have Combat Medic on you guys. I have Strike Back because, I don't know, I didn't really want to use Battle Buddy for this build because I try to keep my teammates up and not revive them with this shit, you know? But I mean, it happens. People do go down. No one's invincible, no matter what setup you have, no matter how, I don't know, perfect or on fleek you think your aim is. Like, dude, no. Someone somewhere is either gonna cheese you better or actually be better than you. So, anyhow, we have Triage, obviously. Very important part of this build. We have Death by Proxy. Destroy a hostile's deployed skill to increase skill power by 20% for 30 seconds. Obviously stacks with Talented, which gives you 15% for 20 seconds after killing a target. So you could kill one shock turret and get Death by Proxy and Talented at the same time. Very, very useful. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to our character tab, you guys. Obviously, y'all can see I have not fully optimized this build. I'm at 288. I'm just missing a little bit of armor on everything. All my electronics and skill power and shit is maxed out on here, though. So that is the ideal skill power for right there, 464k, 598. So, damn, that's a lot of skill power. Side note, you guys. Yes, the soft cap is around 450k skill power. 464 and up can still scale into your actual build. Yes, the diminishing returns are quite large. And it doesn't give you as much as it should. Like, I wish they'd raise the cap on skill power now that they're reaching like higher and higher levels of skill power. The highest skill power I've legitimately reached in this game was about 910 to 920k skill power. It was absolutely insane. The stats were off the chart. I think that's how I got that 630k defib in all honesty. But don't let the soft cap scare you. It's not a hard cap, it's a soft cap. So any skill power over 450 will still be factored into your builds. Okay? I know I have to explain this a lot to people because I get questioned that a lot, but just note that even if it is over the soft cap, it's not a hard cap and it still will factor in, okay, you guys? Okay, so let's go to our weapons. Obviously, this is my showstopper in hand. 8.50% critical hit chance, critical hit damage, 66 headshot damage. I wouldn't worry too much about that because, again, this is not the damage type build you're looking for. 8% enemy armor damage, don't worry about that. Okay, so we have 45% skill haste for this build, which is absolutely amazing. All of the skills come back very, very quickly, and I love this build for that. Like, normally I'm a skill power over skill haste type of person, which is why I'm leaving that 5% there. It's not 50%. But I mean, if y'all really, really care about the soft cap being 450, feel free to add that 3% in there, or like 5% in there, and get yourself to that 50. However, I highly recommend quality over quantity. But either way, this build gives you quality with quantity because of the 45% skill haste that's already integrated into the build. So really, I don't see a point in that 5% skill haste. But that's up to you, you guys. Okay, so our survivability, we have 215k max health. You have to be on the move constantly with this build. If you stand still, you are dead. If you get hit by Pred Bleed, you are dead. If you get hit by a sticky bomb, you're pretty much dead. If you get hit by 2 grenades, you're dead. So, avoid the cheese, you guys. Avoid the cheese. We have 31.89% armor mitigation on here for y'all. Obviously that increased kill XP is not going to be there, but ignore that. Okay, well you guys, thank you all for watching the video this far. If you all did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate all of your support to help me with this channel, and well, don't forget to turn on that notification bell, and as usual you guys, I will catch y'all next time. Bye everyone!